Hey folks, Steve Mortensen here. Today I'm excited to introduce to you guys this brand new onboard fish scale system called the Fishgate 100 by Beyond Measure. I'm so excited to show you guys this thing. Just wait till you check this out. This thing is not only going to help you save time when you're fishing, but it's also going to help you learn how to catch those fish and where those fish are located. Could be for your local angler, maybe your tournament club angler, or even some of the bigger national tournaments. This is going to help all you guys catch fish and save a lot of time, especially when it comes to culling your fish. Let me put a fish in the Fishgate 100 and show you what this new scale system is all about. All right, let's lay this largemouth in here. Now, one thing you got to watch when we're doing this is when you catch a fish, that fish is going to be moving around a lot. So the first thing you're going to notice on this scale, it's a concave, so it's made to fit the fish, but it's got the measurements in it, so you can lay the fish in there, and it'll also, you can weigh the fish and measure the fish at the same time. So you can see this fish is roughly 15 inches. It's laid in there. Just close the lid down just a little bit so he doesn't flop out. And if we look right here on the monitor, now there's a monitor. Now that fish can be flopping around, as you can hear him in there. See right there, he's flopping around. Right now it says 203, so we know that fish is 203. And it's very simple. All you do is you click, there's a save button down here. You hit save. Right now we're going to select the color white for our culling tag. Hit select. So now as you can see right now, we have this largemouth bass weighs 203. We have, that's the individual weight, and we have in that box right there, that's the weight right there, and then you have your total weight down beneath it for all the fish that we do. So but right now what we're going to do is we're going to take our white culling tag off here. Oops. Take our white culling tag, grab our fish. Now we got this fish right here, we know weighs 203. Let's throw that one in a live well, and we'll grab our next one. All right, here's our second fish. Do the same thing, lay it in there, get a measurement. That fish is a little over 14. That fish right here weighs 1.88. Hit save. We're going to use orange as our color tag. So now as you can see, we got two fish. One's 203, one is 1.88. There's our total weight for two fish, 3.91. So now I'll take my next culling tag. Get it in there. There we go. Simple as that. It saves you a lot of time. As you can see, you don't need to put them in a bag. Fish can be moving around. You can have waves from the wind and boat traffic. So it doesn't matter the conditions. It's always going to give you a very accurate reading every time you weigh that fish. Let's go through and actually show you how you can change some of the different settings, because in some tournaments you're going to either want to fish, if you're fishing like an individual tournament, a lot of it's 5 fish limit. Sometimes there's 6 or 7 fish, and this can actually keep track of all those weights. It'll actually store up to 150, 170 fish it'll store in there. So, but let's go ahead and show you how to make some of those changes. All right, let's say you're in a tournament and it's a 5 fish limit. What we're going to do, first thing we're going to go in, you can see you have a save, a 0, menu, and light. To go into the menu, just hit the menu button, and the first thing is save slot. So if you're in an individual tournament where it's only 5 fish limit, you leave it at the 5, or you hit the arrow button right here to select through, and I'll say 6 or 7, you can see. So you just select whatever one you want. Right now, for today's purposes, we're just going to use 5 only. Now for your culling tags, you go down, you toggle down by using up and down arrow keys. You have your tag type. Right now it's set on color, or you can use numbers. So you can use whichever you prefer. Right now we'll go back to colors. Select gateway. That one you don't really need to worry about. The clear display. Right now if I was to hit clear display, all those weights that you saw on the screen would basically disappear. So each individual tournament that you fish, you always want to clear and wipe out that display. The next one, clear all, is to clear all the total weights that your Fishgate 100 will actually store for you. But before you do that, you always want to hook it up to your computer and transfer all of that data from all those fish that you caught off of here into your computer system, and we'll show you guys that later. The setting menu, that you don't really need to worry about that one right here. As you can see, it's not that information you're gonna need, but the about one, this one you might need if you ever have to call in for tech support or any trouble issues and stuff like that, they might ask you for some information off of the about page right there on that. You can also, if I back all the way out to exit, the other thing is you have your light adjust on here. All you do is simply hit light and you can adjust the lighting, which is the backlight, or the contrast by just simply moving the arrows left and right. You have a negative or a minus. So, so depending on the glare and stuff like that. But the screen's a great screen. On a bright sunny day like today, you can see the screen great. Completely waterproof. So that's a little bit about the monitor. So, okay, right now we got 5 fish weighed on the Fishgate 100, as you can see here on the monitor. We have all the different weights of each individual fish. We have a 203, 188, 131, 170, and 174. So what we want to do for our culling purposes, we want to get rid of the smallest fish in the live well, which would be the red one, which is 131. So what we're going to do, we're going to reach in, we're going to grab that one out. I got another one we're going to weigh, and we're going to see what that one weighs and replace that with the small fish, the big one with the small one. So let's go ahead. All right, so we'll take this one, lay that one in there. This one weighs 198. So what we'll do, we're going to save it. Now, as you can see, there's a box around all the different around each one. So right now, the lightest one is 131. So we're going to move the arrows up and down. Hit 131. That's our lightest weight. Now, as soon as I hit select, you're going to see that 131 is going to change to 198, and your total weight is going to adjust for all the fish in the live well. So now we got 933. The smallest one's gone, and now it's at 198. Simple as that. There. All right. There. All right, just so you guys know, there's also something else you can do with the Fishgate 100. If you just want to catch the fish and just see the weight of it and not actually save it in the database, you simply just lay the fish in there. As one thing too, you can see it doesn't matter where you lay the fish in the scale system, it's going to give you the same weight no matter where that fish is laying in here. But just for this purpose, we're just going to take it, lay that one in here, and you can see that one's 213, so I'm just going to click save, and now it just saved that weight, but it did not change any of your weights in the actual measurements that we just stored. See, now that'll go back to 0. That's something else I want to show you guys. If you ever get fish slime in here, or you get some water laying in here, either take a clean rag and wipe it out, or you have your 0 button. So if it's raining out, different conditions like that, all you do is you go in and hit 0, and it'll change this back to 0. So even if it's off a little bit just from waves or rain, things like that, you can change that and 0 that out anytime. So I'm trying to think what else. All right. One other thing I want to mention to you guys. I didn't mention about the coolest part of the feature of the Fishgate 100. And this is what really sets us above and beyond any fish scale system on the market today. When you lay that fish in there and it records the weight of that fish, not only is it recording just the weight of that fish and it's helping you in a tournament because it's saving you time, but the really cool thing is this is actually hooked up to your Lowrance or your Humminbird unit, and it's actually pulling all that information of when you lay that fish in there and hit that save button. It's going to take your GPS coordinates, your latitude and longitude. It's going to take the time of day you caught that fish, the water temperature that you caught that fish. So now, when you were growing up, if you think back, you used to keep records of when you used to catch fish. This is going to do all that for you. It's going to save you so much time. It's going to store it all in that database. So when you get home, then you plug it into your computer and you can actually fine tune and write down sunny conditions today, no wind, caught it on a chartreuse crankbait. It's going to have all that information now, so you can keep track for years and years and years and actually keep a nice database of every fish that you're going to catch within a few seconds of time. Because when you're on the water, a lot of times you don't remember all the little details about when you caught that fish, and now this is going to do it for you. All right, one more thing I want to show you guys on here is when you actually go to get the Fishgate mounted in your boat, you have several options, and it's totally up to you wherever you want to mount this. But as you can see in this one right here, I actually have it mounted in my rod locker. You can still step on it. You don't lose any of your storage space up on, or any of your deck space up on top. And if you look underneath, it only takes up about 5 inches of storage space. So you can still keep your rods and all your tackle and whatever else you want up underneath. So you're not going to lose any of your valuable storage space. There we go.